There was a lot of self-tanner.
There was a lot of self-tanner.
And it wasn't great. It smelled like a tanning bed, actually, more so, right?
A little burning.
A little bit of burn.
Hello, I am Asia Grant, and welcome to Nosedive, a brand new podcast by Refinery29, where scent memory and pop culture combine into this delicious, yummy little thing that we get to put our noses into. I'll be your scent sommelier throughout this beautiful journey together, and the reason I'm specifically here is because I have this funny little thing called synesthesia. My mom loves to say this would be kind of like my X-Man mutation, but what it means is that my senses are blended. I hear in color, I taste in color, I smell in color. Every single thing has a color palette. That's how I develop fragrances. That's how I match people to fragrances, which is my full-time job. And everything I experience has a scent. So I am hyped to take you on this first nosedive together, where we will follow our noses to the moments, the people, and the cultural obsessions that define us. Hopefully we'll laugh. We might even cry. You know, I'm a Cancer moon. I get weepy. I get emotional. And we'll make fragrance our whole personality together. And this season of Nosedive is produced in partnership with EOS, and it is high summer. I typically have a love-hate relationship with summer because sometimes it's way too hot, but I definitely romanticize it in my brain. And part of my romanticization process is making sure that I smell like my favorite version of summer, which is ideally baking in the sun and coming out from the ocean and just being a cute girl in one of her 20 bikinis. But to seal in that joyful time of being at the beach, I use an amazing combination from EOS. I use their Beach Wave lotion and body mist with their Toasted Marshmallow lotion and body mist. Yes, I am using 2 body lotions and 2 body mists. The reason that I am doing this is because I want to still revel in the day of my beach time. Please go find their products. I'm telling you, this combination of beach waves and toasted marshmallows gives you that same kind of euphoric feeling of being at the beach all summer, all day, but without having to, pay for the ferry, get dirty in the sand, which honestly is nice here and there, but sometimes I just want the feeling, the nostalgia of it. So try these, the body lotion, the body mist. You will not be disappointed, and you will feel like it is summer all year long. So everyone listening, I'm going to tell you a little story. So I want you to close your eyes and let me set the scene for you. The year was 2004. It was peak mall culture. Begging your mom, please drop me off at the mall so I can go see my friends. Like somehow it was just perfect for us. And it felt like you were kind of part of something. Like you felt like you were really in a place where history was being made. Every single stop on the loop of the mall, it had its own smell. And you could just exist in it, soak it in. Those things can literally still snap me back into my 13-year-old self, begging my mom for $20 to just get a little snack and a juice and a pretzel. Life was slower, simpler, if I dare say, and your senses, I feel like, were just deeper at that time because the early 2000s didn't just happen culturally, they were happening chemically. They were happening deep within our brains. And in the early 2000s, we were just having fun. Well, luckily for us, it's all coming back. Thank God. The low-rise jeans, the Von Dutch, the body mists, and even some pop culture icons, hinting at our guest today. Yeah. And the scents are also following. So we are so back. And I have to tell you, this era is very, very personal for me because Y2K is my come-up years. I am still feeding into and learning about my inner child, which thrived on the Neopets of it all. And fragrance was a really important way for me to express myself as I bloomed into the woman that I am today. And our guest was there. She wasn't with me, but she was there at the same time. Honestly, I was singing her songs on the way to school, and so is my family. She's still on our dance playlists. She is. Listen, I got to get ready in the morning, and you are there, and it was a time to be had. And we're so excited to have her here to kick off the whole thing with us. So with me today is the icon, girl, I'm not going to tell you to leave, get out. I wouldn't do it. I want you to be here with me forever. My dear JoJo.
Girl!
Isn't that so silly? I'm a silly queen. I'm a silly old bean.
Oh my gosh. I'm obsessed with you. I've just been listening to this and you've been taking me back. You said Neopets?
I said, close your eyes.
And I did. And I really went on that journey and it was so exciting. I was like, oh my
I'm so
God.
glad. Let me love on you a little bit. Let me love on
Aww.
you. In 2004, where I was my biggest fan, and you made me my own biggest fan, because I was like, oh my gosh, I have a voice. I can say these things. I can say leave, get out. Listen. Empowerment. Smash hit. Like I tell you, that's still on my family's. Like my aunt, my mom, my cousin, we're screaming that.
Honored.
You became the youngest solo artist to ever top the Billboard pop charts at 13. 13. I feel like in all of our heads we were a pop star at 13, but you were actually, you did it. So I'm like, let me be quiet in the presence of you, because you actually did it. You were on every TRL countdown, every radio station, every teen magazine across the country.
What a time.
You were in my ears.
Aww.
You were in my ears. That was probably where you were most. I don't know, but that's where you were most to me.
Did you ever have one of those things, those hit clips?
The hit clips, baby.
Okay.
I had the toothbrush that sang in my head with you.
Okay.
I think that's even like new technology that's coming back around. Whatever, like the bone technology
People
with
want
music.
the physical thing
Yes.
anyway.
And we were locked in.
Locked in.
We were really locked in. And you could have fooled me. I was like, that's a grown woman. That's a grown woman for sure. You were, and we felt it. And you also made me feel like a grown woman. And you weren't just watching Y2K happen. You were like the soundtrack.
Oh my
of
goodness.
Y2K. Girl, I'm a words of affirmation. You're gonna feel that shower. I'm gonna shower all over you.
That's my love language.
Yes,
Keep it coming.
I'm coming. And yeah, you just wrote the breakup songs for a generation that, I didn't have a breakup yet. And I was ready.
Me neither.
I hadn't had a breakup yet, and I was inspired. I was like, I need to break up with someone right now. I don't know who I'm breaking up with. Is it my parents? They're like, you're not going to tell us to leave, get out. This is our house.
Oh my gosh. You're like, what does angst smell like?
Exactly. You are a legend. You are a forever pop star princess, of course.
You are a legend too.
And you're also the queen of comebacks. So JoJo, my sweet thing, welcome.
Thank you
I'm
so
excited
much
for you to be here.
Me too.
I'm so excited
I just feel like we have so much ground to cover. We have a lot in common. I am really, really into smells and scents and sensuality. So I'm just really enjoying just hearing you talk about all this stuff.
Listen, it was not shown on camera. I wish someone was able to get this on camera, but when we met each other just a few tender moments ago, we locked in immediately.
How did it go? It was kind of like
it was almost a kiss. It was almost like, what is that? Every kiss begins with K.
It was a deep sniff.
It was a deep sniff. Listen, I remember K Jewelers at the mall.
Every kiss begins with K.
I was wondering if we were going to get her to sing today. So that is my little Easter egg hunt. Amazing. Of course, we're going to talk about all of that. We're going to talk about fragrance. We're going to ease into it. Okay. We're going to ease into it. We're going to play a little game. I love a game.
Me too.
I love a little game. So we're going to play a game called Sniff or Skip. All right? I'm going to say some things to you and sniff clearly if you want to get a big old whiff. If not, we could skip it.
Skip it.
All righty? You ready?
Yes.
Axe body spray.
Skip.
No.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Why?
What do you mean? You say no. No now or no back then?
Are we talking about, okay, as a teenager, when actually it was hot, right?
It was
hot. It was sexy.
Feral. I didn't know what sexy was, but I felt it. I felt it in my loins.
You're 100% right. I mean, me, having crushes on boys and being like, yeah, he smells like that Axe body spray. It felt expensive to me too, because as long as he didn't smell like musty,
yeah,
even if the must was covered with the Axe, exactly. It was cool then, but is it acceptable now?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But we're being nostalgic, baby.
Okay,
we're being nostalgic.
I'm understanding now.
Okay,
so back then, great. Sniff it.
A boy wore Axe. And you could tell what color the Axe was because there's like the green one, the red and blue one. There's the chocolate one. Okay. I said the chocolate one, I was like, that's a man of taste.
Ooh,
that's my man.
Refined.
And I know that I can copy his history homework and I'm going to get an
A. Because he knows.
He knows better. Okay. So now, absolutely a skip.
Okay.
But back then,
okay.
a sniff.
Sniff it up.
Sure. Don't let me, if you feel you're like, I hated Axe back then too.
No, I really did like it back then.
Yeah.
I remember I had a crush. I lived in New Jersey for a little period of time while I was making my first album, taking the ferry into, which as a whole scent remembrance of its own thing, into the city to make my first album. And the boys at the Leonia Middle School would all be wearing the different Axe body sprays. So that was a,
Were they cute boys?
They were cute boys, yeah, of all different flavors, all different looks. And I was like, I liked it.
Okay, yum. Yeah. All right, yeah. Now, if I smelled a man wearing that, I'd be like, ooh, baby, we gotta unpack some stuff in therapy. The smell of a brand new CD case.
Intoxicating.
Okay.
Sniff.
Explain it to me.
The smell of a brand new CD case. I mean, well, it's the smell of possible obsession. You know, what could be in the contents of that case. It could be the soundtrack to your life, which is really exciting. Yes. And I know we're all very conscious of microplastics and all that stuff, and plastic's not good, but like,
remember a time when plastics weren't bad?
Yeah. Well, those times are gone. So I just the opening of it is so exciting, and I loved also to peel and look through the album liner notes. I wanted to see who were the producers on it, the writers, who mixed it, what studio was it at Electric Lady? Wow, that's right down the street. Was it at Sony where I did a lot of my first album at Sony studio here in New York. And so I loved to see all that stuff and in the beautiful artwork that they'd include too.
The beautiful artwork.
Who's doing the makeup? I wanted to see all these things.
You were a very attuned child, young adult. I
was interested in all these things.
You were interested because I just opened that bad boy up and I was like, the cover art is really nice. And then it also smelled kind of like magazines.
Yeah.
Which I was
did smell like magazine.
A little bit just like, wow, I feel intellectual, but I wasn't reading anything. I was just like cute and pretty.
No, I love to see also the thank yous. And it allowed me to dream about what my album thank yous would be like one day. Because I always knew that, that was going to be a part of my destiny was to make music. And I just love to see the gratitude. And people would always be like, first and foremost, I want to thank God. And I'm like, yes. It was just so sweet.
The emotional side. Yeah. Beautiful. I think that is so. I'm touched. I'm not going to get weepy. I promise I'm not going to get weepy. Last one. This is a moment in time. I want to know if you would sniff this moment in time. Bottling the memory of the moment that Nicole Kidman stepped down the street after finalizing her divorce from Tom Cruise.
Would love to sniff that moment.
Would love to. Big whiff.
Freedom.
Big whiff.
Relief.
Womanhood.
Independence.
Empowerment. All of it.
All of it. Probably a big check.
Okay. Yeah, probably a huge
I don't know.
I don't know.
Getting away from that weird-ish, like, great.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, she's one of my favorite actresses. I would love to get up and close, like the way we sniffed each other.
Yes.
I would love to sniff Nicole Kidman.
Oh my God. What do you think she smells like?
Oh. Well, so she originated the role of Satine in Moulin Rouge, and I got to play Satine on Broadway. Yes. So I don't know. I mean, she's played so many different characters, and she's giving such elegant, cool, refined lady. I think she smells a little frisky, though, like
a little spicy.
A little spicy, maybe. Yeah. I don't have the vocabulary to explain. Like, I'm not a scent som. You are. I don't know what. What do you think?
I feel like she would smell like. You know what? I really think that she would like pull off a men's cologne so crazy. You know what I mean?
I
like a Versace Eros or like a YSL Myself. Like she would be like, you'd be like, what is that?
Yeah,
like,
and it would make you question a lot of things.
Exactly. It's or like she'd be like, I'm like a oud. Like it's like a oud, like weird kind of thing. Like she would smell, I feel like because she is so ethereal. And like
it would juxtapose the ethereality.
Yes, like I feel like she radiates moonlight, and it's just like looking at a full moon. And when you look at the full moon, and you can be like, this is bewitching. So like a little bubbling cauldron, some interesting leather, some salty notes. Like exciting. That is what I feel like she would smell like.
Hell yeah,
incredible! Yay! Okay, perfect. A perfect little warm up. So I got a sense of you. Okay. We are gonna dive right in. Okay, are you ready to go back to Y2K?
Yeah, let's go back. It's top of mind.
Amazing. I think it is very top of mind. Well, to set the tone, I want to know what your relationship with fragrance is. Like, I know that you were telling me before, you like something sensual, you like something interesting. Like, I want to know, tell the people, what are you into?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so when I was on Raya, that dating app Raya, which was, a couple years ago, before I found my man.
Before you became a kept woman.
A kept woman, right. It said, like, I had just a list of a few interests, like on this app you get to say, and fragrance was one of my interests.
Okay.
Like, that's how much I really love and appreciate fragrance.
Yes. You needed the men to know.
I was like, you better smell nice.
Yes.
So I really have a nice relationship with fragrance. I love layers. I love gifting fragrances. I just bought my best friend something for her birthday. We took a trip and I was like, what do I get her? And I was like, oh, I'd like to gift her a new signature scent.
Yeah.
She always has like a cool collection of things. I remember my mom when she got her first signature scent, and that was the Dior.
J'adore Dior.
When it was, I can't think of her name.
Charlize
Theron. Yes, exactly. And like, I was so interested in the celebrity fragrance world and things like that. And I love it. My dad wore Obsession.
Oh, beautiful.
And so
Calvin Klein. I think Calvin
Right?
Klein. Yeah, I think so.
And so that held a lot of memories for me. And he's passed, and now sometimes, every once in a while, it's such a gift when I get to smell it, and it brings me. It's such a nostalgic, wonderful feeling. So I'm really into it. I'm into the placement of it and trying to get it to last a long time. And I love, for example, that like Rihanna has the
Fenty perfume.
That she has her Fenty perfume, but she's known for smelling great. I'm like, when people tell me I smell great, that makes my day.
I'm glad.
So
because you do smell good.
Oh, well, thank you.
That was the first thing I said. I said, oh, you came prepared. You came in the zone.
It's nice because it can haunt you. And for a while, like in my 20s, I was like, I want to haunt these men. If they, I want to smell memorable. I want to smell different. I just think it's a really nice way to make an impression.
Yes, I completely agree. How many perfumes do you have, do you think?
I have a pretty concise selection, I would say. Like, it's not, I would say I maybe have 8.
8?
I maybe have 8.
Okay.
But then I have a lot of testers.
Okay, you have a lot of testers.
That I like to mess with.
Okay.
That I'll go to a perfumery or I'll go to a store or whatever, and I'll say, do you happen to have a tester of that?
Yeah, a little sample.
Yeah, I love to just keep it in my purse.
Yes.
I saw you have a whole little thing.
I do have a whole little thing. I am, as the good people of perfume call, run through. I need, run through. I am run through.
You're run through?
I've smelled many things. I'm a marathon runner of perfume. I can do an ultra marathon of sniffing.
Okay.
So I feel that. But I'm surprised that you only have 8.
I like to switch it up. So I like lotions. I like body mists. I like all different things that can contribute to a signature scent. So it doesn't need to just be one. So yeah, it is kind of surprising that I just have maybe 8 to 10. Yeah.
Okay. That feels very...
I'm intentional.
You are very intentional. That
I'm
feels
intentional
very
with
controlled. That is not chaotic at all. Like that, like you're not impulsive. You're like very discerning.
I actually will go sniff something a few times and see if it's right for me.
I love that. I love that. I normally say on my perfume tour, when people smell something and if they love it immediately, I'm like, hey baby, would you marry someone after the first date?
No.
I'm like, don't do it with your perfume. You don't know. That could be gaslighting you right now.
That is really responsible advice.
Because 20 minutes later, it's not the same. An hour later, it's not the same.
Live
2
with
hours
it.
later, it might be gone. So you need to know if you love her after 2 hours.
Seriously.
And 2 weeks.
Seriously.
And 2 samples.
Listen, when I go, before I commit to a glass of wine, I ask for a little sample. Just so I can swirl it around, say, yeah, may I just try that before?
They're gonna
no
say
shame
yes.
in my game.
No shame in the game. So I know we've been talking a lot about your music.
Yeah.
But you're also an actress, like you said. And you cooked in a generation-defining film, Aquamarine, okay? Starfish for earrings.
Generation-defining.
Generation-defining Aquamarine.
Wow.
Like, that is...
What a moment.
That was it. Did you wear a fragrance on set?
I'm sure I did because I have been a fragrance girly for a very long time.
Okay.
But you just get the natural, like, we were in the water a lot. We were in the sun. It was lots of SPF.
Yeah.
Lots of coconuts.
Yeah.
I remember trying passion fruit for the first time because it was so good because we were filming in Australia.
Oh, cool.
And so I had never seen or tried a passion fruit, but then I ate like 12 passion fruit a day.
Okay.
So
you
then,
like sour?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was like a nice sweet sour combo. So that was I was probably emanating the scent of passion fruit from my pores at that point. That was a really incredible moment and experience to share with Sarah Paxton and Emma Roberts. And we really bonded during that. And it was just cool to be with girls that were around my age, and we were all still going to school. I mean, we were like learning on set. We were doing our schoolwork on set and then filming. And just to be, and the older girls too were so cool with their crimped hair and the blue
crimped hair.
And there was a lot of crimpers.
Yes. I love all of the crimpers. And I feel like even when you're watching that movie, like even just the cover of like the jacket where it's like the mermaid and you all are just like, yeah.
It's so crazy that I haven't watched that movie since the premiere. I have not seen it.
That's insane.
It's time to revisit. I know I should see it. But I also just feel like so cringy watching myself.
Really?
Yeah.
You feel cringy watching yourself?
I do. And it's been so long that I'm sure I can like be detached. I can be like, oh, that's a little pumpkin. She's just
little baby.
Yeah, so I'm sure that's fine. But yeah, sometimes I'm just like, oh gosh, I would have done that differently or whatever.
The artist dilemma. I feel that.
But that's what we work on in therapy, just letting it go.
We do work that, yes, to heal our inner child.
Yeah.
We have to just give her a little hug.
Yeah,
and we just have to tell her
she was doing
we
the best
love her.
she
And she was doing great.
Aww.
She was doing incredible.
But it was that was such a moment, and like all of us girls were inspiring each other and sharing beauty things and sharing lotions and sunscreens and and looking out for each other. It was nice.
It was very much kind of that beach smell. Like you lived what the smell of like Aquamarine kind of
we
like
did.
is. You know what I mean?
We lived
like,
so close to the beach and we were there all the time. And I'm really charged up by the sun, as we all are, but I'm a vitamin D fiend.
Vitamin D fiend?
Yeah.
Yes. Luckily, I'm so happy because EOS just dropped 2 new scents.
Okay.
They just dropped 2 new scents, and those are quite literally my portal to that time, to my own version of Aquamarine, and that is Toasted Marshmallow and Beach Waves. We have to get in there.
Can I smell them?
We should get in there. I think I can pass these to you.
Okay.
There's Beach Wave.
So this is
we can spray them in the air because we need to be hydrated. Because after being in the sun all day, you're crisp. You did bake, and you're kind of like the chocolate chip cookies with the brown edge. It's a little bit too crispy. So I'm like, I need to hydrate a little bit too. But yes, I'm like, oh my gosh, yes. Yes, ma'am. As I kiss you a little bit. Sorry. But yes, that one is
I really like that.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
Isn't that cute? And I'm like, on me, the toasted marshmallow, like you said, I just want to be a little treat.
Yum.
Yummy. And that smells like toasted in the right ways. Like not baked by the sun, exhausted, but like toasted, sweet little thing.
And there's also a difference too. It's like toasted marshmallow, like in a s'more context, is different also than a toasted marshmallow that's like sweet and more sticky and like
sticky.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's real cute.
I think that's cute. I want a layer actually. I'm gonna do a little. You like that? I'm gonna just do them both because I'm like, let me see what that combo is giving. You know what I mean? Get in there.
Ooh,
you know what?
That's special.
That's like sunset.
I absolutely enjoy that.
Cute. Your skin is like glistening. You're like a different shade of brown. You're like, am I sunburned? It don't matter because it looks cute. It looks cute after the day, and you're kind of like glowing with the sun after the sun has gone down and it's humid and your hair is all wavy and frizzy. Ooh, you know what I mean?
That's what I call a tasty treat right there. I love that.
Baby girl's a tasty treat. So yes, that's what I'll be doing. This is my endless little summer aura.
Throw it in the bag.
You know what I mean? And you can get it at evolutionofsmooth.com as well as a retailer near you.
Is that what it stands for? Evolution of Smooth?
Yes.
That is so cute.
And I'm always evolving, baby. So I want to know, without naming any specific perfumes or fragrances, I know I already talked about the J-Los and the fantasies and whatnot, but I want to know what the 2000s. I don't want to go into 2010.
Okay.
I want
early 2000s.
2000 to 2009. What does that smell like? You can give me 5 notes, and they could be fantasy notes. It could be whatever.
I don't know that I'm good at naming like notes. Like, ooh, this is like, this smelled like
you can give me moments in
coconut
time
or whatever. It smells like the Teen Choice Awards to me. Okay, like hibiscus, like behind the ear. Like Zara
Slime
Larson
green.
is channeling it so beautifully.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like but it reminds me of the Teen Choice Awards, which smelled like a little like maybe Hawaii, like sunscreen.
Yes.
Like a coconut sunscreen,
Yes,
maybe.
yes.
There was a lot of self tanner.
There was a lot of self tanner,
And it wasn't great. The formula wasn't good yet. It
was-
smelled like a tanning bed, actually, more so, right?
A little
It smelled
burning.
A little bit of burn. You know, what they smelled like to me was like, I remember Vanessa Lachey. I forget what her name was before she married Nick Lachey.
Okay.
But she was one of the hosts of TRL.
Okay.
And I just remember being like, that's the most beautiful girl I've ever seen in my life. And when she would interview me, I'm just like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty.
beautiful.
And she smelled so good. Sweet. I think sweetness was pretty popular.
Yeah, very
in
juicy, very
fragrances,
fruity.
juicy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was a softness when you said juicy, like velour was a big thing. So
also smells like velour from Juicy Couture.
yeah, totally.
Okay. I wonder what we would name this perfume. Like there's like
of the 2000s.
Of the 2000s.
I mean, I love the idea because the 2000s were such a time also for really iconic fashion looks. So the low-rise denim is a cool name, I think, for a
Low-rise denim.
low-rise jeans. Cute name.
Even
for
just low-rise.
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 That could definitely be a fragrance profile. Yeah. Is there something that I'm missing? I mean, for me, like that time also smelled like you mentioned the mall. That was such a time. I was doing a mall tour. One of my first tours was
is that?
a mall tour. That
Explain
was
to me a mall tour.
Nostalgic, iconic moment in time where like a radio station, local radio stations would partner with the big malls.
And for the people that are listening to this that were born after the year 2000, the radio is
Right.
where we used to discover music.
Yes.
It's essentially the predecessor to Apple Music or Spotify. Like
That's
we
right.
would go in the car and we would turn on the music and someone would be curating what the hits are at the time.
Yes.
And that's essentially how we did music discovery.
Weird, I know, but it was like, and it was unifying kind of
Right.
because we were listening to the radio and we'd all be like, oh, did you hear that on the countdown or whatever, similar to TRL. So it was just a little bit like less niche,
Right.
where I love how many niches there are now and
Right.
everything, but it was just like, we all knew the hottest songs.
Right.
For me, being a New England girl, being from Massachusetts, the 2000s also reminded me of like Friendlies and like, you know, like a waffle cone being made and like ice cream.
Yes.
And like, that was my little treat. But yeah, I love the idea of like smelling like a cookie. I think I think I was wearing cookie stuff maybe when I was on TRL, I smelled like a cookie. Like, I don't quite remember, but
I wish someone was able to like go back in time and be
Confirm.
like, yes, and what did you smell like? I'm sure they said you would smell great. I feel like it also kind of smelled like the things and times that we don't really do anymore. Like go to Blockbuster.
oh my God.
Like instead of Netflix, we would literally have to go to the place.
Yes.
And rent out the thing. Were you on MySpace?
Yes, actually, that was like MySpace is what launched my first single. So
Okay.
that's what I think I was one of the first artists to like that they really the label at the time like partnered with MySpace
Right.
and they were like, this girl's like a fetus, so like this will be good because it's
Yes.
like a bunch of kids on
Okay.
here and stuff. So yeah, MySpace was a big part of my life and career, and I had like my JoJo one, and then I had like my Joanna one, and I'd like
wholesome.
so I'd like have my like you know my personal MySpace and
Yeah.
stuff. But I was up on the MySpace, and I was also up on the AIM and in the chats and stuff.
The chat rooms.
In the chat
Yeah.
rooms, ASL, lying about my age, sex, and location, just being like a little frisky girl, like wanting to talk to older boys, just being just fast, just being bad.
I think that's where storytelling comes from because you needed to be quick with it. With
Creative.
the ASL, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm from Laguna Beach.
Yeah, Laguna Beach, never been there. I was like,
Never
I'm
been
from
there.
Miami. They're like, what part? I'm like, don't worry about
The
it.
beach part.
Yeah.
The beach part of
Yeah.
Miami. I think all of those would go into the Y2K like fragrance
Yes.
of it all because that's just like it's such a time. It feels like a different life. I don't know if you feel like that. Like you have lived many lives.
Totally a different life. I mean, for those of us who are now old enough to remember when the trends were just, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because like now it's all back. Y2K is here. So it's really interesting to see those like the trends and the cycle of them and everything. And you were talking about, I mean, I long for I want to throw my phone into the ocean. I'm tired of this damn
I'm tired of
smartphone.
being
I want a
addicted to my
dumb
phone.
phone.
Yes.
So, but I did have a sidekick when I was a teenager. And, but then I also had, or before that, I had the razor, and you have to type out. Like,
press A 4 times.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was a slower
some of
time.
y'all don't know, and that's totally fine. I hope you never have to know. But I feel like the pendulum swings.
Yeah.
It always does. So maybe we will harken back to a time where people reject the idea of being plugged in completely on their phones, and they want to get back to, just like we don't need to be constantly connected with our smartphones.
I kind of want a landline.
Right.
I actually saw this small tangent because I think everything comes back to, like, if you become an adult, you want your childhood.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, a landline sounds crazy. I would love to hear like a bring, bring, bring in my house. And there's literally a company where you can connect your cell phone to a landline and you pay like $20 a month. And you could turn it on and off from a little app on your phone. You're like, hey, on the weekends, like, if you want to call me, you got to ring my cell phone. My cell phone won't ring. My landline will ring.
Babe, that's a no-brainer.
No-brainer, right?
$20? Do it.
And you buy the little phone and you're just like, and then you have the little cord and then you can like wrap your finger around the little cord and you're like,
so it's too cute.
It's too cute. Like we all just want what is already familiar to us. Like no new things. No new things in 2026 and beyond. There's too many things. There's too many new things.
We can't keep up.
I'm tired. I need rest. But you're busy. You're on the go. I feel like you don't need rest. You were signed to a record label at 12.
Yeah.
In 2003. Like, what do you remember about that? Like, can you take us there? Like, I'll close my eyes and you can transport me.
Ooh, okay. So my mom and I, just two young ladies out there in the world. Yes. She's so cute. She has her signature bangs and her long hair. She's had the same cut for literally ever. And anyway, we moved from Massachusetts to LA for pilot season, which is where when, cause I'm an actress and a singer, and it's where shows are putting their new cast together for their new seasons. And we moved there for auditions. My mom inherited some money from her grandmother, which passed away. We had no money. My mom cleaned houses for a living, but we had this opportunity, and my mom was like, let's go to California. And I'm like, really? I can't believe you believe in me. It was so nice. My mom's amazing. God bless you, Mom. So I lost a talent competition, but ended up meeting a manager at that place. And they introduced me to the people that would eventually sign me to this label. We are skipping down Sunset Boulevard. The sun is setting. I had just signed a very long contract that eventually was not the greatest, but what it smelled like was dreams come true, possibility, California. It's like, what?
California dreaming.
California dreaming for real. And then we went to this little sandwich shop and we had this, it's no longer there. But it was right across from the Roxy. So all these different iconic rock venues too that were right there. And just I was like, life is just beginning. Life is just starting. And wow, I could change, my whole family's life.
Yes. Oh my God.
So it was really exciting about, what that could mean. And it was nerve wracking, but mostly just like exhilarating and exciting. And even at 12 years old, I had been singing professionally since I was 6. That's when I first started doing musical theater and doing commercials and stuff. So by 12, I was like, yeah, it's about time.
You're like, God. I'm a working girl.
I'm literally a working girl. So
I love that.
That's what it was. That's what it felt like.
As you were talking, my synesthesia was kicking in and I was you, skipping there with your mom. I'm very close with my mother also. And I have felt the same feeling where I'm like, you believe in me?
Oh, I was so lucky.
You're like, what a gift to just be like, you believe in me in a way that I didn't know anyone could believe in anyone. And now Seriously. I kind of have this beautiful delusion of how grand that I can be. And that, as you were saying it, I was like, that's joy.
It's joy. I did not appreciate it at the time, but to have her, be like, you can do anything. You can be, that created that delusion within me that we need to make something happen.
I think women at their highest form are just delusional creatures because we can move mountains and wars are created because of us. And we're just we're just a girl and everything should be as we delusion it in our brains. So I'm glad that you got delusion pilled early.
I know, right?
Because I feel like that keeps you sane.
Right. I'm grateful that she stoked my imagination and my belief that I could do something cool. And then we got to do some really cool things.
Yes.
So.
What's the coolest thing that you got to do?
Oh my gosh. I mean, to travel the world, my first tour that I ever was on, I opened for Usher in Europe, which was a crazy introduction into touring. And,
How old
and all
were you?
that. I was 13 or 14. I think I was 13 because my single hadn't come out yet in Europe. So in France, for example, I was booed. They did not want to see this little girl who they had no idea who she was.
And you booed
they
back.
They wanted Usher.
I'm like, what do you mean?
I was like...
Yeah, exactly. You're like, pardon me, I'm peak puberty. You're not going to boo me.
But yeah, so that, I mean, we got to do some incredible things, see the world, tour, just give experiences to our family that we had never had before.
So did you tour with your whole family?
No, it's just me and my mom. I'm an only child.
Okay.
So
Me
it's
too.
just she. Really?
Yes.
So that's a unique experience in itself too. And especially when, and it was just me and my mom, mostly because my dad was living in New Hampshire. And so it was a very unique and wonderful experience that I look back on now with a lot more gratitude for her than I felt at the time. You know what I'm saying?
It is. I feel like you really reach womanhood when you realize that your mom was just a girl and was
just
like
a girl
doing her best and like being your girl best friend with you. I felt that my mom's name is Lydia, and I was like, Lydia, an angel.
Diana. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Diana.
Much love for Diana and Lydia.
Much
forever
love.
and ever and ever and ever into the next life and the life after that.
Seriously.
Forever. Like, cannot love mom enough.
Aww.
I think that's beautiful, man. And like I said, Leave, Get Out. Powerful breakup song. But no breakup.
No breakup.
No, so I mean, where did that come from?
Breaking up with, asshole kids on the playground, maybe.
Okay.
But like that's about it, because I was bullied a bit in school because I was always very eccentric. Can you imagine? But no,
being a performer, you're
right.
like, hello.
I was like singing at the top of my lungs on the top of the jungle gym and just being like, just playing with resonance and seeing what my range could do and trying to sound like Christina Aguilera, trying to sound like Cher, trying to sound like Bob Seger or George Benson or Michael Jackson.
Was Celine Dion in there? I feel like you could have belted a crazy Celine
Definitely.
Dion.
And I want to discuss that when she came out with her fragrance, it was such a concept to me that maybe if I wore her fragrance, that maybe I could sound like her. Maybe I could turn into her. So
that girl delusion is smart.
Exactly.
And I'm sure you turned into your own version of her.
I did not. No, I wish. No, I was like, wow, what does the best singer in the world smell like? You know, I had to know. So we got the fragrance.
For research. How did that song even come about if you had not been in a relationship?
I was bullied a little bit, so I felt the angst of like feeling othered.
Okay.
And feeling like, blah, blah, blah. So it was kind of a kiss off low key to kids who had been mean to me. Like, oh, you think I'm cool now? Basically, where your ass was at when I was shooting in the gym. Or, back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all love me. It was kind of that feeling of like, it was that. But also I had like one middle school boyfriend who smelled really good actually, and probably.
What was his name?
His name was Anthony.
Love you, Anthony.
He's still cute. I think he does illegal stuff now. I think he like has taken a path that.
We're praying for you, Anthony.
Yeah, we're praying for you.
We're praying for you, Anthony. I feel like we all had like mine too.
Okay.
Mine too.
He was a cutie though, and dangerous.
Cute angel.
He was a bad boy. I wrote a song about him called Bad Boys. Because I was like,
tell me more.
Why is it that I always fall for the bad boys? And now he's like, really, he might be in jail.
He's terrible.
Anyway, Anthony, hope you're well.
Praying for you, Anthony, really, truly, deeply.
Woo! So Leave, Get Out was a song that was perfectly crafted by the genius Swedes and the people that I think the song was actually written for TLC originally.
Okay.
But I have had a wonderful executive producer who really fought for that song to be for me.
Okay.
So I recorded it and it changed my life, changed the trajectory of my path and everything. I'm so, so grateful for that song. If you listen to the guitar riff, it is kind of reminiscent of TLC and like No Scrubs, for example. Yes. And I actually didn't notice that until later on down the line. And I'm like,
I hope I don't get canceled for this. I thought you were black for the longest time.
Well, I take that as a compliment. Thank you.
Don't cancel me, y'all, because
don't cancel me for saying it was a compliment.
Because I loved TLC growing up.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't I didn't watch MTV, so I didn't know what you looked like.
Right.
But like,
You didn't watch MTV? Were you raised in a religious family?
my father was like, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't do Halloween either. They said none of that.
Jehovah's
demon.
Witness?
No.
Okay.
But just like no demon things. But I
No
did.
demon things,
But my
yeah.
parents were like, J.K. Rowling can write, and we're gonna read Harry Potter.
Oh, witches are fine.
They're like, witches are fine, but like, so it was a funny little thing. But no
Okay.
MTV, because they were like, we don't want you to be little hoochie mama.
Okay.
So I didn't know what you looked like. I saw no music videos.
Yeah.
And they were big, like Michael Jackson. Like the CDs that we would buy, I think the first CD I ever bought was Oops, I Did It Again. So I knew Britney Spears.
Oh, well, she was cheeky.
She was cheeky, but my mom was like, we love pop. We love pop, so we're getting it. So I thought you were black because I never knew what you
never
And
knew.
I was like, you sounded black to me. And it sounded very TLC, which I also was obsessed
Well,
with.
there was a big influence for sure from TLC, and I mean, on my first album, I did a cover of SWV's "Weak."
Mm-hmm.
So R&B has been deeply influential, and always is. Just a part of that's in my DNA.
Very soulful.
Yeah, absolutely.
You give very soulful even here.
Well, thank you. So yeah, Leave Get Out was a game-changing song, and it's just so funny because I guess life kind of did imitate art. I guess that's the way it went, right? Because and then another big song on my next album was Too Little Too Late, and both were like angsty breakup songs. And then life is funny in the way it unfolds. And then I had like horrible, experiences with boys.
Yeah,
I
did you manifest it
manifested
a little
my own
bit?
suffering. I'm
Oh,
like,
no.
damn. I was like,
You're
whoa,
like, whoops.
these boys came up with creative ways to break my heart. You know what I mean?
I recently said, and again, I'm so sorry, y'all, but I think you'll resonate. Sometimes men don't realize that they are weapons of mass destruction for women. Listen, my best
Love
friend,
men.
I love them. I am not man bombing, not man shaming, but sometimes a girl is just being cute and a man comes in and they're like, I'm gonna
just for fun.
just mess it up
Just
a little
to see
bit.
what I can do.
Just for, boys are rough. And
Yeah.
I'm like, no, we gotta be baby.
Mm.
So I'm so sorry that happened
No,
to
it's
you.
okay. It really built character. I became a terror actually. After that, because then I was like, oh, your heart can get broken at any moment. I'm gonna break all the hearts
You're
now.
like, I am the heartbreaker now.
Exactly. I became the heartbreaker, and now I'm just a lover girl.
Now you're just a
My
sweet girl.
softball era. Now I'm just now I contain multitudes.
Yes.
and I think that's what women are best at.
I feel like we can definitely nostalgia out together forever on just being like a millennial, but you're a
Yes.
grown woman now.
Period.
And properly a grown woman that has like beat the game because you're like in your peak
Oh, thank
radiance.
you.
Like you're not performing for other people, you're performing for yourself. Like you're really doing it. You're on Broadway. You're making another album. You are potentially working on a little movie situation.
Yeah.
Even like you're
EPing
doing
and starring in this movie, which is really exciting.
Incredible.
But it's all coming together, so I don't want to like count my chickens before they hatch.
That's all right. We're just gonna
But
we're gonna plant a little seed
But
so
I'm
people know.
so grateful and I'm so excited. And like you said, like I just feel like with some seasoning and some experience in life, it makes us appreciate the beauty of it even more. And that's what I love about sensual pleasures and realizing the memories that we're making right now, and just like
Yes.
how beautiful it is to like
This is a memory.
this is a memory, and I'm having such a nice time with you, and just to indulge in those things, you know what I mean? So
Yes.
even when I go on tour now, or when I'm making music now, like I'm really trying to be more present than ever, and just really be intentional about what I want my offering to be, and trying to tap into what my purpose is, and discovering that in real time, and trying to take my time with it, as opposed to just giving into what feels like the hamster wheel of it all, where it's like we have to, put out music, a new album every friggin' day, every month.
Do you feel
know what
that
I mean?
pressure?
I think a lot of us, I
Okay.
think most of us do, where
Okay.
it's like, but I think I don't worry about being forgotten, because
Okay.
people have moved on, and it's fine. It's like all it takes is one song, one moment for people to build it, and they will come. Like, I don't know, that's what I believe. That
I love that you are so at peace, because I feel like a lot of creatives especially chase after relevancy.
I mean, people have already written me off, and I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? So
I feel like that relieves some pressure.
It does
Yeah.
relieve some pressure. So I'm like, here I am, my fans love me. I have I have the best fans in the world. They show up. They sell out my tours. We're
Incredible.
We're in this together.
Yeah.
And then anyone else, if they'd like to come along for the ride, that's just icing on the cake. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I just want to make music that's really meant to be like, that excites me, because that excitement translates when we're, it's like when you're talking about fragrance, you're like, this is my jam. I know this.
And you're magnetic when you're in that state.
Magnetism, exactly. So that's what I'm looking for, and I'm excited about it. New tour next year, new music. This will be the first album in 7 years, so I'm hype on that. And
we should clap.
Oh, thank you.
Can you tell me about the music on it? Like, is it breakup songs anymore, or no more manifesting that for us?
I mean, I definitely don't want to manifest breakups, but it's inspired by the freedom and empowerment that comes with having some seasoning on you, with like being young enough to feel sexy and fun, and like you can switch up your life and move to a new city and start all over again, having the courage to change, to let go of the things that you've known and start fresh. And it's never too late or too scary to do that. I mean, you can. So that's what independence feels like to me. And also like finding the way to relate to somebody. It is about interpersonal relationships. I'm in a beautiful relationship, but that doesn't mean that I want to forget about all the other aspects of life too. So it's about feeling hot and sexy and empowered, and also soft and grown. So I'm finding it.
Thank you for the recipe to womanhood.
Oh, girl, I'm making it up in real time. I'm cooking
with some spice.
It's soulful. It's funky. It's memorable. It's energetic. I'm excited.
Incredible. So you do have some spice on you, and this is a very beautiful era of your life. But I'm also curious: are you a gatekeeper when it comes to fragrance?
No, I don't gatekeep.
Okay, well, what do you wear? We talked about what was in your... I was like, you got 8, which means you probably remember all the names. So I want to know, because I feel like those fragrances, and we've gotten to know you over this time together, which is such a beautiful... Thank you for being so
much fun.
Vulnerable. I'm like, there's so many fun, yummy layers. I can smell you. And like, I'm like, girl, I loved the way that you smell.
Thank you.
I'm just like, what is it?
Well, first of all, let me shout out my girl, Billie Eilish, because she has my favorite celebrity scent right now. Her company sent me the PR package of it, and I was like, okay, what's this giving? It's giving delight. It's really, really nice, and it's a unisex fragrance. I just wanted to say, I think
it's the gold one,
the Dice one. Okay, the black is the one that I have, and I just think it's really, really nice. That's what I have in my cabinet right now. But what I wear on the daily is Eben Fume, which
Frederic Malle. Tom Ford.
Yep.
Tom Ford.
I do love Frederic Malle, and I wore Superstitious. That was my signature fragrance for a long time. But then I also mix with a body spray.
Okay.
And I also do a lotion. So I do like a gourmand vanilla lotion.
Okay.
And then I do a deodorant that has a nice smell to it too. So I layer with about 3 or 4 things.
Okay. So before we go, I want to ask all of our guests one final question, and this is your moment to soapbox. You're very humble, you're very sincere, you're very, but you're allowed to, I want you to get that, get it out. Listen, I couldn't have hit that note ever. So thank you for doing that for both of us. But I want to know, what is on your scent palette for the next year? What does the next 12 months smell like for you? This can be pretend or real.
Ooh, what does it smell like for me? Let's see. The next 12 months smells like ascension, smells like expansion, jazz, golden hour. Okay. New York City, Europe. Smells like that new Concorde flight back and forth. It doesn't exist yet.
It doesn't exist.
It smells like the future.
Yes. It smells like Sonic Jets. It smells like
Sonic Jets.
It smells like getting to London in 45 minutes.
Yeah. It smells like celebration, like getting together with it's saying yes, saying yes to the trips with girlfriends, to the spaciousness, to be able to do that. It smells like gratitude. Always notes of amber.
Always notes of amber. Yes.
Yeah, I would say that. Is that a good description?
I think
does that make sense?
Yes, and I feel like that's just a continuation of your entire life.
Yeah.
Like, I like this phrasing of like the sequence of yes and being open and just like supple to what the world wants to bring you, and being soft enough to accept, and then like clear enough to say no, what is not for me, and I feel like you are the embodiment of the sequencing of yes
Oh
and
my
what can
gosh.
just happen down
Wow, you
the
just gave me such a gift. Thank you for that.
Of course.
It's a heart opening, you know?
Yes. Well, JoJo, my
Hey,
girl.
you're my new girl. This was so
no,
fun.
we are each other's girl.
Yeah.
Like we're little scent girls.
That
You've
was
been
fun.
amazing. So thank you so much for joining us on Nosedive.
Thank you. First one?
Yes, first one.
Way to set it off. This was so awesome.
It was incredible.
You're so great.
You're so great. Thank you to our launch partners at EOS for making the season of Nosedive possible. Please go find their products. I'm telling you, this combination of beach waves and toasted marshmallows gives you that same kind of euphoric feeling of being at the beach all summer, all day, but without having to, pay for the ferry, get dirty in the sand, which honestly is nice here and there, but sometimes I just want the feeling, the nostalgia of it. So try these, the body lotion, the body mist. You will not be disappointed and you will feel like it is summer all year long. On our next episode of Nosedive, we will be traveling the world first class through scent, of course. What else? So make sure to tune in here on YouTube. And I am Asia Grant, your scent sommelier through this entire journey. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Asia__Grant. And if you're ever in New York, I would love to take you on your own perfume tour to find your signature scent.